Any dom-leaning switches out there looking for a bratty sub? Hello everyone and welcome back to The Chanel. I feel like I have to apologize for that intro, but I had to read it, so y'all gotta hear it. Neduardo Fulmer, the apple of my eye, seems to have some sort of humiliation kink. If you haven't been keeping up with the Nedverse, Ned had a semi-crash out on Twitter the other day. Yes, I said Twitter. Fuck Elon Musk for killing our sweet bird. So on February 20th, Ned tweeted, apparently somebody doxed my Field Co profile. Cool. Saves me $29.99 a month. I truly give 0 fucks and invite you to roast it, especially BB Rexa. I'm confused about the BB Rexa thing. If y'all understand what he's talking about, please let me know in the comments down below. But the point is, Ned is calling out someone for doxing one of his dating profiles. So he chose to share his dating profile, blast everything to the public. Even though I'm pretty sure if he didn't even mention it, it would have probably just flown under the radar. He could have even said like, that's just a catfish. At this point, he just loves to embarrass himself, right? Or he's really desperate for that engagement. I looked up what the Field Co app is. I had never heard of it, and I realized why I had never heard of it. No shade, just not something for me. Their website describes it as the following. Field is a dating app for the curious, those open to experiencing people and relationships in new ways. Polyamory, consensual non-monogamy, homo and heteroflexibility, pansexuality, asexuality, aromanticism, voyeurism, and kink are just a few of the sexual identities and desires that make up the Field community. So it sounds like a really cool space, actually, for people who are wanting to explore themselves a little. Well, apparently Ned had an account on this dating app. Possibly he was interested in the non-monogamy or polyamory, self-explanatory. He claims that he was doxxed, and because of that, he just chose to share all of his profile photos and then proceeded to describe them and rate them. Brother, are you good? This has to be a joke, no? The first photo he posts is with a dog. It says, let's rate these photos. Cute smile, I like the dog. Bio could be better, but it's not that deep. Overall, 7 out of 10. In this screenshot, you can see that he describes himself as a dom-leaning switch looking for a bratty sub. Brother, you really did not have to expose yourself like this. I admire that he has no shame. The next post says, nice fit, mask is fun, great view, was a photo shoot with Ariel for our dating profiles at a school fundraiser, but nobody needs to know that. 8 out of 10. Next one. Love this one. I tried kite surfing in Greece this summer. Lil goofy, show something extreme. 6 out of 10. Then there's one with him in costume. It says, Hulk costume, Halloween 2022. When I was in treatment, stress, anxiety, depression had my weight down to 155, which is way too low. 170 better. But my abs look defined and I'm painted green, so whatever. It's fun. 5 out of 10. Hot Tub Mountain Man. IDK probably should delete this one, but the sunset was nice. 6 out of 10. This one's nuts and way too costumey. From the Eras tour, Reputation, but the beard was strong and whatever. I'm a single dad on a dating app, out here living my life. 2024 wedding ring is confusing, but hey, it's Field Co. Half of the people are poly. 4 out of 10. And then he ends with a tweet that says, follow me for more divorced dad unhinged energy or whatever. Or unfollow me. I don't care. Hope this gave you a laugh. Ned, you know that you did not have to do this, right? Like, no one asked for you to do this. I'm really perplexed. I just cannot understand his logic behind posting this. Like, was it supposed to be funny? Because if that was what you were intending to do, that fell pretty flat on its face. At this point, I feel like Ned has probably just given up on trying to get the public to like him. So now he's just making himself a laughingstock. And you know what? I guess it's kind of time for him to do that. No one is taking him seriously anymore. That ship has sailed long ago. My theory is that he has come back to the internet because Ariel started dating, or potentially has a partner now. Because if you remember, they talked about dating in the podcast episode that Ned did with Ariel.
Are we dating other people?
I mean, I'm open to dating other people. I mean, yes, we are dating other people.
So I wonder if she's currently in a relationship. Who knows? Or maybe he posted this because he was low-key hoping that someone would see it on his Twitter, think his self-deprecating humor was cute, and reach out to him. If Colt from 90 Day Fiancé can continue pulling baddies, even after cheating on them over and over again, then I guess there's hope for Ned out there. One of the theories that the public has about this is that Ned was actually sponsored by Field Co., but if that's the case, he did not disclose that he was being sponsored. So that's a pretty big no-no. And I'm pretty sure it's also illegal. Yikes. While we're here, let's talk about the other two topics that are surrounding Ned right now. Recently, this person on TikTok named Fisher Welch posted a video where Ned appears to be dancing with an unnamed woman. The caption on this video says, "Now that it's been a couple years, I think it's a good time to mention I witnessed Ned from the Try Guys cheating on his wife in real time in Nashville, Tennessee." This video blew the fuck up because not only was Ned seemingly dancing with a woman who was not Ariel at a bar in Nashville, but Fisher mentioned how he had met all of the Try Guys at that bar that night. He even shows a picture of all of them together. People saw this and started questioning a lot of things. It was clear that the woman in the video was not Alex and it was not Ariel. And assuming the Try Guys were there that night, people started to question, did the Try Guys actually know about Ned cheating? Well, people noticed that the woman in the video was Rachel, who is one of the executive producers for the Try Guys. She also formerly worked at BuzzFeed, so she's definitely known the Try Guys for a very long time. And Rachel is also married, so it would have been pretty bad if Ned and her had some sort of affair. However, Keith posted a TikTok responding to all of this, and he revealed that, yes, in fact, that woman was Rachel, and no, they were not cheating.
So this video was taken in March or April of 2022. We were just wrapping our first episode of our Food Network TV show in Nashville. So when I moved to LA, my goal was to make a TV show, right? So we did that. We had just actually, after 2 years of pitching and ideating and getting the funds, etc., we were making a TV show. And we wrapped our first episode. We were in Nashville on a weekend. We're like, we gotta go celebrate. We did it. We freaking worked so hard for this. All of us were also friends at this time. This is 6 months before the thing went down that I guess changes how we all might look at a video like that. So I totally get it. But this is a video of Ned and our producer Rachel, who's been with us since 2018, dancing as friends, hugging and celebrating and being proud of ourselves for making a TV show. You can see me in the background of that video. Also, just having fun. I'm at a bar celebrating. But a lot of people seem to think that we knew this was happening before it was. We didn't. It really sucked for us too. So anyway, that's the info. I also want to add that I think that photo that's taken of us, Rachel took it.
So that's the context of the video. And I also think it's important to note that they had been drinking. So clearly they were probably under the influence at that point that the video was taken. Also, the way that the video is shot, it literally looks like Fisher is right next to them with his phone right above them as they're dancing. I'm very curious how he got that video so close to Ned and Rachel. But I don't think that Ned is that much of an idiot to be dancing with someone he's cheating on his wife with so publicly while a stranger films them. Like, yes, he was an idiot to cheat with Alex in public pretty openly, but I don't think he's that much of an idiot that he would allow a stranger to film that closely. But anyway, they all had been drinking, and so that really explains the behavior and sort of the closeness that they're both displaying in the video. It also really does look like two friends just dancing. I think the only questionable part of the video is where she leans on his chest and he holds her head. But the way he pats her head after that is very friendly. And to me, at least, it doesn't really look like there's anything going on between them. They just look like two friends who are a little drunk dancing together. So this whole situation has been completely debunked. People also started questioning why Fisher chose now to release this video. He says that it's because he came across it in his Snapchat memories and had previously forgotten that it even existed.
I got a lot of comments saying, why didn't you post this sooner? Why are you just now bringing this up? I have a lot of people coming at me saying I'm defending a cheater. I just want to go ahead and say that I do not condone cheating in any sense. I do not support Ned Fulmer. The only reason I waited to post this video is because honestly, it was a Snapchat memory from 4 years ago. It just popped up on my Snapchat. And I remember recently seeing some articles and some information coming out about that. So I was like, you know what? I forgot this happened. Let's post about this. And it blew up. So not condone his actions or support him in any way. I only started posting on TikTok about a year ago. So that's why I waited so long to post it.
And it also sounds like he doesn't really know who the Try Guys are. Like, he's heard of them, clearly. He knew that they had some sort of following because he went and took a photo with them. But it sounds like he didn't really know all of their personal lives and any of the lore surrounding them, which makes sense to me. The second thing that we need to talk about with Ned is that he appears to be buying views. There was this smaller creator who found and seemingly correctly speculated that Ned was buying views. And this is actually a pretty big issue when it comes to sponsors. So usually companies won't sponsor someone on YouTube until they have enough of a following that they feel like it would be worth it for them. And of course, there is some monetary incentive for Ned to want sponsors for his channel. Clearly, his videos were not pulling the necessary views, so who knows how he was sustaining himself financially. But regardless, this would be a huge incentive for him to get more views so that he could get more sponsors. Well, there was a small creator who found that Ned had maybe allegedly been buying views for his channel. And you can tell because of the ratio between the views that his videos received versus the number of likes on his video. Something isn't quite adding up with the numbers here. I mean, for reference, I'm a very small creator, and at most, I've received 292 likes on my most popular video. Ironically, it's one of the Ned videos, but it has 9.2k views, which makes sense proportionally to how many likes there are. By the way, thank you so much for 500 subscribers. I'm kind of at a loss for words. It's crazy to me that people actually like to hear me yap about silly things, and sometimes not so silly things. But again, thank you so much for all of your support. It means absolutely the world to me. Anyhow, the ratio between likes and views isn't adding up, which means he's likely buying views to boost his numbers so that he looks more successful to businesses who might want to sponsor him. And that means he's pretty much defrauding these businesses, which I believe is illegal. iNabber actually made a video on this, and he does a pretty good job of explaining what is happening and why it's an issue. But because this smaller creator, SubbotWatch, seemed to have cracked the code, it appears that there are some bot accounts that potentially could be linked to Ned who are harassing this account. And it sounds like SubbotWatch is a teenager, so it's crazy that Ned is doing this. But also, I mean, like, how would Ned have known that he was a minor unless he mentioned it in one of his videos? Not sure, but crazy nonetheless. This is a wild situation, and I'm very curious to see how this unfolds in the future, because this does not look good for Ned. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Ned needs to find something else to do. This internet career thing is not working. And he just continues to embarrass himself. Anyway, let me know what you think of all of this in the comments down below. I feel so much secondhand embarrassment when it comes to Ned. Brother needs to log off. The internet is not a safe space for him. I also wonder how this is going to affect his kids. I'm sure it is already, but in the future, I don't know, I just feel like they might face some bullying or harassment from people. People are brutal, other kids are brutal, and it worries me that they might be subjects of bullying. Anyway, I also want to take a second to thank you all so much for watching my videos. I'm kind of at a loss for words. I originally started this channel just really as a creative outlet. I had no expectations for any of my videos to gain any traction. So while it's a little bit scary to have a lot of eyes on me, I am immensely grateful to have you all as part of my community. So thank you again so much for 500 subscribers. I cannot express to you how shell-shocked I am, but thank you. I sincerely appreciate it. Well, that's all that I have for you all today. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And hopefully, I'll see y'all in the next one.